welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. Today I'm going back doing my maze challenge because that is embedded in my brain now and I cannot stop torturing myself. But today I'm actually going to be inspired by Sarah Kendall's version of my challenge, which is where you don't just do one maze. That would be boring. Let's do every room is a different maze. I've actually seen quite a few people already try this out, so my heart just is so happy every time I see people try something that I've created. So if you're going to be trying any of the challenges, or are you going to be inspired by any video of mine, please tag me because I love watching you guys' videos. Anyways, I'm going to give myself a big enough lot because essentially what I am going to be doing today is building like a regular little standard Sandra special. But to create ourselves each room, I'm going to be using a random number generator. Let's maybe do 8 as the biggest number. I'm going to generate 2 numbers. So for instance, 4 and 8. Then using 4 and 8, I'm going to create myself a maze with this random maze generator, and that will be your sitting room, just say for instance. Of course, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe if this video is going to make you giggle at least once. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments and use creator code SandraPicka if you're going to be purchasing any Sims packs from the EA store. So these mazes that I'm generating here are ones that have an exit and an entrance, but I think I'm actually going to get rid of that and decide my own entrance and my own exit, just so I can create a nice shaped home at the end of this. Maybe though for the hallway I will do a front door if possible. So I think let's just randomize the hallway first. Okay, so what 2 numbers are we gonna do for the hallway? So, oh my god, 1. Are you kidding me? No. Is that even possible? At least I've got to have 2 because that won't be a maze. That will just be a line. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. 2. Oh my god, 2 and 6. Right, okay, that's better. But we've got 2 and 6. So what is it gonna be? It's gonna be this. Okay, that's great. That's actually not the worst shape, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, drawing these out is probably like the funniest part of like the whole video. It just goes against every single thing you know about The Sims. Oh my god, I'm doing it all wrong. 1 second. It feels like I am breaking the game when I do this. It almost feels like I'm creating a barcode. And who wants to live in a barcode? Clearly my Sims do, apparently. So this will be the shape, and obviously we've got like the back entrance and then the front entrance. So this is where the front door is, and this I suppose has to be a door. So I'll throw down an archway maybe down there for the time being, because I think maybe I'll do like a kitchen at the back. But of course our front door has to be here. I love how many saucers I have to put in to actually light this place up, because the shadows in The Sims like don't really understand what's going on with all these curves in the walls. Instantly I'm looking at this. I think this is a beautiful hallway scenario, honestly, because over here we could put something. Over here we've got a little nook. Of course, this long wall right here, I feel like I need obviously some doors to enter the other rooms. How cute would it be if I just put like a little window here straight off the bat and maybe like a little planter pot? So over in this tiny little gap, I suppose I'm going to instantly put in something that can be useful to us in the future. So my favorite thing to do is use this tiny little dresser, which I think is going to fit perfectly. Also, I do like this new one too, but since I just put a window there, I don't think that's going to work. But imagine this tiny little dresser kind of like right here. You could even put like a small curtain to the side of the dresser. Well, actually, we could do this, but that will cover up the whole window. But it is kind of cute though. Of course, we will be play testing this as well, so do not worry. I will try to make sure that everything is as functional as possible. Maybe I'll also use this nice little skinny mirror just up above here. So instantly you've got a dresser and a mirror, and now that is functional. Functionality is key obviously in this house because that's the whole idea. Why do I kind of want like darker flooring? Even though dark flooring for a very skinny little maze is not a great idea. Why don't I do this flooring today? It's from, or actually sorry, this one. Never mind. It's still from Island Living, but I like the color of this one. I kind of like this brown wall. I don't know why I'm like determined to go for these like really dark colors, but I think that's quite cute. I don't really want to essentially furnish this space too much because this is a hallway and I still have to do all the other rooms. So why don't we actually go ahead and spin maybe for like the next rooms, because obviously they'll be coming off of the hallway, and then we can kind of decorate the hallway last. Maybe let's do the sitting room to the right today. So sitting room is going to be 7 and 5. That's huge. Oh no, it's really big. I'm sorry. That is the biggest sitting room the world has ever seen, and I have to make a maze out of this. So our maze is going to be this. So I guess I'm gonna attach the sitting room like onto the right hand side of my home, but I'm gonna get rid of the door and just add my own doors into this. How the heck do I start actually making this shape? Oh my god, wait, what's wrong with me? Wait, so it's 5 by 7. So I know that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the actual shape. Now to get all the lines inside. Now you guys might think that me getting rid of the doors is like cheating or whatever, but I've done this challenge a few times now, so I'm kind of happy with changing things up every once in a while and, you know, doing something different or doing something weird or bending the rules a little bit. That's what I do best on my channel. Oh, we've got another line here. Okay, that's great. So I'm going to now take this and I am going to attach it to the side of the house like this. And I can't even like tell where I should do an actual sitting room scenario. So I'm thinking maybe over here we could do something. Like it kind of looks like we could potentially create like a little sitting space. But obviously like in a sitting room you can do a lot of different things, like fun, like different activities. This is obviously a beautiful hallway, so I'm kind of happy enough because we could do some nice windows at the front. Oh, we could even do like a really nice big window here. Add a nice little bit of brightness to it, you know, get some curtains to the side. Yeah, this is actually perfect so far. So now I think I'm going to put an archway maybe like over here so that we can enter through this portion into our sitting room. I think I'm going to carry over the flooring here as well, but I think I might actually make it run the other way. I think that logically makes a little bit more sense, like horizontally. So now I know I can put like something inside this corner as well, which I think is good. Although wait, now logically wouldn't it make sense if I do archway kind of like here, because I could also put something here as well. Yeah, we can move things around, but I think that's good. So I am thinking that this little, although wait, this little corner too might be an idea, because this one's nice and big, like this corner. Over here I have no idea what the heck I'm gonna do inside this portion. What I did see Sarah Kendall do is do like half walls, which I didn't even think about doing that, and supposedly they do work for your sim to like see through them, if you get me. So if I forced my sim to watch TV through it, they would be able to do it, of course. So maybe I'll actually do this as like a really small half wall, and this one being like a twinsy little one, so we can pretend those are like little coffee tables, because Sims actually put objects on those, so we can pretend that those are coffee tables. So then I could do like the modular couch. Oh, that actually, do you know what that looks like? That's a lovely little like foot, little step, little stool. So that's quite fun. And then we could do a nice little, I was gonna say nice little big TV. What the heck, Sandra? What does that even mean? That's actually not that bad. I think I need to get my sim in here to make sure that everything is play testable as I'm going. Right, so I've got my sim in here, so I'm gonna tell her to go over here, which is, you know, part of the fun is watching your sim go through the maze and try to get to the other side. So here she is on her phone because she's like, make sure I don't look at where I am because I'm in a horrible place. Okay, can you sit over on this side? Like, can you scooch over here? Oh my god, you can! Okay, so just pretend her feet are not clipping through that. Pretend she's like resting her feet on it like a little poof. That would be fantastic. So I am presuming you will be able to watch TV from there. Yeah, okay, so this little section is actually fully functional, so I love to see that. And so far else, I have nothing else actually, so I'm gonna get you to leave so we can continue. Maybe I actually will do this couch. I think it fits in here quite nicely. And I could actually pretend that this is genuinely like a little coffee table, so I could put like a little plant here, maybe another one next to it. We could even do like a nice little cup here, you know, to pretend that we were having a cup of tea while watching TV. It's logical, it makes sense. Oh my god, look, even those little things fit on there. We were taking some notes while watching TV. It's great. Maybe behind there we could try and do some sort of like a small little table, because I don't think your sim will be going there as such. Oh, we can probably try and do like these, although that looks like you won't be able to open those. Or else we could just do a shelf. We could do like a little fake fireplace, that maybe there was a fireplace back there in the past and now there isn't, so it's just like a piece of decoration. Don't people put like candles inside their fireplaces, like when they know they're not going to use it anymore? I think they do, like they just put like candles in there, so maybe that's what I'm gonna do here. I have no idea. This is a bit weird. Now that's your little sitting room. And also, yes, I know that the rug is like cutting into the half wall, but I don't care. Just pretend it's not happening. So I'm just trying to figure out what else to do in each portion. So there are quite a lot of different little nooks that I think I could create something cute out of. And now I'm thinking the way that the house is, I think I'm going to continue onto like a kitchen and maybe like a dining room over on this side. So I'm wondering maybe we could use one of these nooks as a section to kind of go through into the dining room from this portion of the house. Because I mean, how annoying would it be logically if you were like here and you had to get to the other side of the kitchen? You have to go literally through the maze, which I mean makes sense because it's a maze house, but maybe just to make this more realistic, even though this is so not realistic, maybe I could just add an archway here, but I'll do that once we know what we're doing. Over here, I think I am I'm gonna do a little bit of a study desk. I don't mind having a couple of study desks, but I know for sure that this nook is perfect for one because it should be fully functional. And honestly, if this was my house, I'd probably have as many nooks for desks as possible. So maybe this shouldn't be like a gaming one. Maybe let's do an activity here. Oh, papercraft. Let's do that. Papercraft is great, not just for kids, but also for adults. Okay, I think this section is quite cute. So we've got this little biscuit and another little chair. So hopefully that will be functional. Sit down here, my love. Thank you very much. Perfect. And can you sit down here too? Yeah, can you make some papercraft? Funky animal. There we go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so she can do a little bit of crafting here, which I think is really fun. I also wish we had a table or something like that, like an option where you could do like puzzles, like tiny little puzzle pieces, you know, like jigsaws. I wish we had an item like that you could put like maybe on the floor or somewhere, because that's like a really fun sitting room activity. So I'll leave this as a hallway, but over here I still need some sort of fun activities. What else would you do in a sitting room? I'd love to try fit a keyboard, like a piano, but obviously that's not really gonna fit, is it? I wish there was a way of doing this. I mean, we could do a little bonsai tree. I'll never say no to a little bonsai because that's quite cute. But then over here though, it's a long hallway. There's nothing at the end of it essentially. Could we do yoga? I mean, that does fit like really in there, but I wonder, is that possible? This could be like the Zen corner. Oh my god, it's functional. Okay, so look, this could be like your little Zen corner. We've got the little bonsai, we've got, you know, our little yoga vibe. I'll put some nice like paintings and stuff up above here. Maybe we could do like a nice mirror just so you're looking at yourself, making sure you're doing the poses correctly. I didn't actually think that was going to be functional, so that's great. Yeah, I could just put one of these here and then like loads of lovely little like Zen paintings. Oh my god, maybe I'll actually move the bonsai over there and we could do a meditation corner here as well. Okay, she is glowing with the amount of lights, so maybe I'll remove some. There is like a saucer right above her, so maybe this could be a little bit more of a Zen area. I thought it'd be really cool to maybe put like a glass wall right here as well, so we've got a little bit of natural light, you know, maybe as you're meditating. I know you kind of meditate with your eyes closed, but it would be nice to have a little bit of like a nice vision out to the front garden. And also now I'm realizing, have they fixed the thing I was actually always questioning? Before, every time you put a glass wall and a pillar through it, the pillar would get awkwardly like cut in half, but now you can actually see the pillar through the glass, and that makes me so incredibly happy. So I'm hopefully not just making this up. Hopefully this is not a glitch in my game, and hopefully this has actually been fixed because that looks so much better. Okay, so I've completed this room now. So we've got the meditation section over here. I've put a little curtain just for a little bit of Zen privacy. Again, I know it's not a wall or anything, but I kind of thought that it was cute. You can still see through it, but the fact that if we've created this functional space, I think is really nice. And yeah, weirdly enough, I actually use this jellyfish light very often for what it actually is, but whatever. And then we've got this happening here, and I'm presuming this is going to be functional, this little... Okay, so let me just triple check. Oh, it's this plant. No! Why is this plant so huge feeling? Okay, I'll just get rid of it. Can you get in there now? Oh, now the poof is in the way. Are you kidding me? Girl, it's not in the way. How come the other one isn't in your way, but this one is? Okay, there we go. Now, can you read something? No, you can't? Why? Girl, you're just being silly now. Like, how can naturally this clip into the wall so much, but then when I unclip it, it doesn't work? That makes no sense. Okay, weirdly enough, that bookshelf doesn't want to work. What if I try my Old Faithful? What if this goes here with like the plant next to it? Don't tell me that that's gonna be functional. No, that's also not functional. That also makes zero sense. Are you kidding me? What if I put the books on top of it? How is that not functional? You can still walk through here. Oh, you can't. Oh, it's this chair that's in the way, supposedly. Wait, now what if I remove everything? Now can you read? Okay, now you can take a book out and read. Are you kidding me? So it was the chair all the way over in the other corner. Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess we can't have anything in there. But can I go back with my previous bookcase though? I like this one. Okay, now this one is functional, but I can't have anything around it or else any other chairs. But this one right here though, this poof, totally perfectly functional. All the other poofs, nope. Right, okay, so that's relatively functional now. So let's move on and do the kitchen next. So for the kitchen, we're gonna generate ourselves 3 and 2. 3 and 2, everyone. 3 and 2. Well, I guess it was way too good with the size of the sitting room. So now we have the other extreme, 3 and 2, which essentially is this. So let's generate ourselves our kitchen. Oh my god. Okay, that's great. So that is a shape. I have no idea how I'm going to make work in a kitchen. It's so small, by the way. It's literally this, okay? And then it's got this and that added to it. Okay, so I've got to fit a kitchen kitchen here, and I actually don't think it's physically possible. So I am actually glad now that I've given myself the freedom to maybe do this as an archway to go into the dining table, into the dining room, because what the heck am I supposed to do with this kitchen? And we do not want to waste any more tiles on having like a door. So I'm wondering if I turn this into a tiny wall, like a small short wall, is this going to be functional if I put counters here? It probably isn't logically. And if I put a fridge here, like just say if this was a stove, right? Is this gonna be functional? Come on, just stand on that half wall. Stop reading. Let's get to work. Okay, put the book back. Get back through the maze. Cook me something. I'm so scared. Fairy bread? Yeah, sure. Please tell me this is gonna be functional. No. Damn it. No, that's fair. No, you're dead right. I mean, I could maybe move. Well, I guess no, I can't move that because that was the one door I said I wouldn't move. So let's not move that. Okay, I'm gonna get her out of here for 2 seconds because she's just impeding. Oh, wait a second. But you're able to put the bread up there, but not work up there. So she just threw it from like a meter distance. Wait, are you kidding me? Wait, so she's saying that the stove is in the way. So what if I did it this way? Is this gonna work? Well, I mean, I presume she'll be able to work here, but can she use the stove though? Oh, sorry. Fairy bread doesn't require a stove. That's fair. Right, well, let's do eggs and toast then. Oh my god, so it does work! Oh my bloody god. Okay, it does work. She was just being silly a while ago. So she can still work even though that is technically like a wall in front of her. Even though it is tiny. Maybe she's just like a really short person and she likes these things to stand on so she can reach like the top cupboards. I cannot believe that is functional, guys. That is insane. I know there's no sink, but just take this. Take this with a pinch of salt. Honestly, I would like to say that I'm quite proud. Okay, can you actually stop cooking now? I don't think there's any other way that I could make this more functional unless I try and put a tiny sink over here in the corner. Like if I get one of these silly sinks or something. Oh, this painter sink. No, that's ugly. Like if I could like shove this sink in the corner, I don't think that fridge will be functional. I mean, who's to stop me from putting a kitchen out here? I mean, a kitchen sink. I guess it doesn't really matter where your sink goes. And this could be like a little, you know, like sink that we have in the hallway. Like sometimes it's nice to wash your hands when you come back straight from like the shops or something. Actually, this color suits here really nicely. So maybe this is like a little hallway sink. There's nothing weird about that. And we just don't ask any questions. And we presume this is like normal. Because every time, especially around COVID, actually, I remember around COVID times, we used to like always sanitize all of our stuff when we got back from the shop. So maybe this person just really likes to make sure that their house is clean. Okay, this kitchen does seem to be functional now. So I've added like a couple of really fun features just up here. Just because obviously like there's nothing around anywhere. This kitchen is so small. Like where would you put any of your pots and pans? Like shove them up there. Who knows? But I kind of like it. I mean, it is functional. I'm just testing it again and it does make a lot of sense. Okay, you don't get to eat that. So I'm still thinking I could put an archway here to go into the dining room. So maybe let's get that out of the way next. So let's randomize ourselves the shape or the size of our dining room. So it's going to be 4 is already better than 2. 4 by 2. Oh my god. Damn it! I spoke too soon! 4 by 2? Are you kidding me? 4 by 2. Yes, slightly bit bigger than the kitchen, but what the heck? 4 by 2. This is it. Oh my god. I mean, it is gonna fit really nicely right here, but that doesn't mean I want it in this section right here. This is actually relatively bad because how am I supposed to put tables here and chairs? Excuse me? What am I supposed to do? It's so bad. I moved the bookcase over to maybe like this corner, right? Just say even for the time being, if I move it over into this corner and we actually create ourselves the entryway here. Jesus, it's so bright all of a sudden in this room. That's fantastic. Why is it so bright? Lord above. I could then essentially do just like a really small dining table here. I could even do like a big one like that. Wait, is it possible if I do this and then I don't really want to use that half wall cheat again, but I could just do this. Oh, wait, what if? I know this could be cheating. Nah, it probably is, but what if I create a thing here with a scoundrel? So then I could add a chair here. I see how you guys may think that that is cheating because I almost kind of think that's cheating myself. But can I just even see whether this is going to be functional? I really don't think so, but there's something that's telling me that I got to try this. Oh my god, it is functional. So I could essentially have 2 people dining here together. Oh, should I just take the hit? Should I do it? I think I will. It's like, how else am I supposed to make a dining table out of this? It is. Okay, so that's fine. Then if I want to just say like another person to come and eat with us, I could actually add another table in the corner here, which is like extremely sad. But I could have like the third person just like sitting out here. But maybe sometimes people don't have to sit together. Sometimes I like to sit and watch videos on my phone, or like, you know, there's like videos I need to catch up with. So maybe this is like, oh, sorry guys, I won't be dining with you tonight. I got videos to catch up on. Maybe that's what's happening here. I really don't know what's happening here. This is just, this is a joke. Okay, so this is what I've done here, guys. I don't know if you guys are gonna like this at all, but I kind of went for like little bistro aesthetic. So I think with these chairs and the red colors and that kind of like cool little poster with the red car in it, it just kind of gives me bistro vibes. And then over here I did put a TV. I'm gonna double check whether it is functional. It might not be, but I just like the aesthetic that like, look, there's two different seats. You can either put on your YouTube videos while you eat or else socialize at the other dinner table. But with like the neon sign and like the red aesthetic, I kind of got bistro vibes. And this is my point again. Sometimes when you go into like a red category and try to find like red objects, I found this little thing. This isn't really red, but it's such a really cute object that I wouldn't have normally seen it. It comes from Get Together and I really want to use it. I kind of want to put it into the kitchen somehow. Maybe I'll actually throw it in here, and maybe I'll make it a bit smaller actually, and I'll put it here because I actually think it's a really nice object, and hopefully that fridge is still functional. Oh, she can't even sit on the table. That's fantastic. How come? Why? What seems to be the issue? Sit down, my dear. Yes, you can. And now can you watch TV? Oh my god, she can actually sit there while watching TV. I mean, it's like your neck will be really snapping. So maybe I'll make it a little bit lower. She's trying, God bless her. She's like, oh my god, the TV is so good today. No, I actually really like this. I am gonna make it down a little bit lower. But yeah, this does seem to be functional. I'm gonna just get her to sit down here again. Damn it. Okay, what's in your way now? Like, which one of you is it? What is it? Damn it. I did this really cool thing to make it show that maybe it's like a support beam. How is it not functional all of a sudden, girl? What are you talking about? Don't tell me it's the rug. It was the pillars apparently. But did I not have a pillar here originally when I was testing this? So yeah, that is your little dining space. Nice and functional. Bistro vibes. Just keep that in mind. Okay guys, so I think we should probably try and go to the left side of the house now because I've damaged enough on this side. I will add more things maybe once we're done. Once I know like the whole outside of the house, we will. Oh my god, look at her just like sitting through the window like, oh god, where am I? So maybe let's try randomize for a bathroom next. I kind of want a bathroom just as you come in through the front entrance. So the size of the bathroom is going to be, okay, 7 by 4. 7 by 4 for the bathroom. Yes, you give me 2 by 3 for the kitchen. It's honestly always the case with my bathrooms that my bathrooms have to be the size of the whole entire country, but then my kitchens are always tiny. What the heck is that about? Anyways, maze we're gonna be doing is this. Lovely. That looks stunning. I mean, from the outside, this house doesn't actually look that bad because the shapes are pretty decent. They're all like squares or rectangles, so it doesn't look that bad, but everything else though on the inside is not that great. I wonder, could I just attach this bathroom to the house like this? This is 7 by 4 actually, by the way. This is 7 by 4. See, the thing is, I also wanted to add an office space and a bedroom, of course. I actually wanted 2 bedrooms, but now that I think about it, I don't know how I'm supposed to add them if this is the bathroom, unless I actually make the bathroom go like this. No, that's still not gonna really make any difference. Okay, look, first of all, let's just figure out what the bathroom holds for us because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I gotta figure out the actual maze floor plan first. I mean, for a bathroom, the maze is actually not the bad because you have singular objects anyways, like a shower. I mean, a bath would be a little bit difficult to do here, but like even a sink is a singular thing, so it's just genuinely that you have to walk around to get from item to item. That's, I guess, the only annoying thing. The bathroom is probably the most normal room and it's the easiest to create it. I guess maybe I could try and fit a bathroom into this. Sorry, a bathroom, of course, this is a bathroom. But what if I try and put a bath into this corner? Is that going to be functional? Okay, can you get into the bath, please? Oh my god, she can! Okay, so the bath is actually functional in this corner, which makes me think, I guess either here or here, but I guess here is a little bit too close to the front door. So still, you'd want to make sure you've got a little bit of privacy. So I suppose that is a perfect space for a bathroom, actually. Sorry, for a bath. Then I'm thinking this could be like the washing section. So we could do a nice shower here straight away, like into this gap. I mean, there's kind of nothing else here then, but I like the idea that this gives you a nice bit of privacy to walk through so that you could almost like divide this room into 2 and have this back portion just be for washing and this front portion just be for like people coming in to wash their hands and use the toilet. And I see with how big this maze is, I could probably have like 2 toilets in here and people won't get upset. I mean, mean, it probably would make sense if I put the toilet all the way here, but imagine really needing to pee and you gotta like run down the hall to try and make it to the toilet. That's really funny. And then over here, I suppose I could do a sink. I don't think putting counters here is going to be functional, obviously, for people to walk through. There are kind of no other options, but logically, I've used all of the correct nooks, and I think obviously everything should be functional here. But then like, do we not have like anything else here? Wait, unless, what if I change this to a tiny wall like this again? Would it be possible if I actually got washing machines here? I know it's a little bit weird, like, God, we don't really need that here, but imagine if we had a washing section. I don't think that's going to be functional actually, because she'd have to like jump over this portion. Can you come here, please? And now can you get here? No, you can't, of course. That makes sense. No, that makes sense. It was my bad. My bad. I always forget vacuums exist in this game, and like the idea of like washing stuff. Oh, another idea. What if I actually move this sink over into this corner and then take a small little toilet and put it like here, because that should be functional. You can for sure use this toilet. Yes, you can. And I'm presuming you can also wash your hands in the sink. Yes, you can. So then we could also do this portion here then for the washing machines. Why do I have 3 chairs in my inventory? No, it's a little bit unnecessary and we don't really need to do that, but I think it makes sense because this bathroom is so big that I want to make sure that I'm using as much of the space as physically possible. And I suppose it does make a little bit more sense that the bathroom is closer to the door so that you don't have to run too far in case you do really badly need to wee. So I think this layout does make a lot of sense. And then here, actually, it also makes sense that I could put some windows because you won't really be able to tell that there's a bathroom behind there. So I could even do like 2 big enough windows like that on this side, even though I hate the way actually these are so low down, these windows. No, maybe I'll just do 2 windows like this just to match this side of the house. I guess I could do at least a window like here, because looking through this window you actually can't tell that there is a bath or a shower here unless you really closely look, which you shouldn't anyways. Okay guys, so I'm working on the bathroom and this is what I've created here. So you know this little glass door, your Sims can just freely walk through this. So I was kind of thinking, how fun would it be to almost like block off this section to make it seem like, oh, this is like the wash section, because it's such a big room that it just makes sense, because you know you would get really steamy on this side of the bathroom, I suppose, of the house. So I kind of thought that would be really cool to do this, but also you can just kind of keep it open and maybe that makes a little bit more sense. It almost has like a feel of like, oh, well, come on in, you know. So I'm pretty sure that still should be functional for my Sim to just like waddle over to this side. Oh, you can't. Okay, well, no, I feel like there's something wrong with this side. I wonder, is it this plant? Yeah, it's this plant that's in the way. That's fair. That was a bit of a push for this plant too. My God. I wish that plants had a little bit of a smaller field of like walking. I don't know what I'm trying to say by that, but like I just like plow through my plants, honestly. Every time I walk through a plant, I just like push it along to the side. But anyways, so she can walk to... What are you doing? You're sleeping. Oh my God, what are you doing, girl? Okay, maybe that was my bad, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, look, she can still walk here. Do you want to take a little bath because you've had rough rest? Yeah, sure. Do that, girl. Yeah, so I think this makes sense as a bathroom. So we've got, you know, her filling up little wash baskets and we've got a washing machine too. So it's like almost you can do everything at the same time. You take off your clothes in the bathroom, you put them into the wash while you're having your little bath. By the time you're done your bath, the washing's done. You put it into the dryer, Bob's your uncle, you are done. So I'd like to say that this bathroom is pretty good. I'd like to think that we should maybe move on and maybe do some sort of a bedroom and an office space. So let's let's figure out what the bedroom is going to be. So the 2 numbers for the bedroom are going to be 7 again, 7 and 2. My God, I'm actually gonna cry. Okay, 7 and 2. I know there's a way that you can actually make your own like little sections. So what if I create a mask like this? So at least one portion of this room will be like a square. So imagine we do 7 by 2, which is essentially this. So that would fit really nicely here, I suppose. Okay. And if we're gonna draw the maze the way it wants us to, we would have something like this. I still can't fit a double bed in here. Oh my God, what was I thinking? Okay, so I guess we're not gonna have a double bed in this house. We're just gonna have a single bed. I hope it makes sense what I've done with the mask, but that's just what I'm gonna try and do because I want a little bit of extra space and at least one room that has like a square in it of like area. So maybe it would make sense for us to create like the office space kind of coming off of here. I was gonna do an extra bedroom, but at this point, screw that. The whole wheel is against me. Well, this challenge challenge is against me today. I mean, it doesn't look like that bad of a house, but it just looks a bit weird. Anyway, so I guess I'm gonna do a nice little single bed here. Nothing to worry about. Oh, can I put a double bed somehow? Like, what if I get this like really small bed, right? Can I just like shove it here? Can you just try to get here? Can you get in? Damn it, no. Why did I think that maybe she would be smart enough to be able to get in there? I mean, I don't have to have a double bed, but personally, I like comfort. I like my space. I've got a bad back, and sleeping on a single bed, there's nothing wrong with it, but with a double bed, oh my god, it's functional. Oh no, it's clipping through the house though, so maybe that's not functional. Actually, never mind. With my back, I like the idea of sleeping in a bed that has a little bit more room, because you can like sprawl out. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Never mind, ignore it. Ignore my back problems, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay, I'll just do a regular bed, whatever. So see, that's what I meant by the tiles. I guess that would have worked. I did only mask out the 4, but gladly enough, we had nothing here either, so maybe that does make sense. Does that make sense? I feel like I did this room all wrong, but I'm gonna just continue with it anyway. Should I do a bunk bed? I feel like that's gonna give us a little bit of extra room here. And room is defo something that I need to be cautious of. So we could put a dresser underneath, which I think would make a lot of sense. We've already gotten a dresser in this house, so I guess I don't really have to have a dresser, but logically it would make sense to have somewhere else for storage, whether it's an actual dresser for your clothes or just a dresser for items. I feel like it's a necessity. Okay, why are all these dressers humongous and none of them fit the way I like them to underneath? So is this even functional? Okay, it is. That's great. Perfect. That's grand. Maybe here as well, we could just add another little desk, but this time it could just be like a vanity space. So not an actual desk for your sim to like play games on or like do whatever, but this time we could maybe do something for your sim to get ready with. I could do a nice big mirror up above this too, like this. That's kind of cute, I think. Maybe not that mirror. I prefer this one, like so much more. That one looks so much better. Oh, or this one. This one's pretty cute. Or else I just do this whole chunk a mirror, which actually probably looks cool. See, there we go. So we can get ready over in this corner. So we've got like a nice little vanity section, maybe just some more bookcase. I don't know, people like reading before bed, I suppose. I squeeze a bookcase in here. I love just squeezing bookcases where they shouldn't belong, but I think this is kind of fun. We also have one more nook here of something that we could do, so maybe let's just do another like activity. I wonder would a punching bag work here? I know it's a little bit of a far-fetched idea to have a punching bag, and I don't think personally it's going to work, but maybe right before bed you just need to de-stress a little bit. So let me just try and play test this. Can you practice punching? Oh my god, it works! Oh my god, that's amazing! Oh, this is perfect. So like you've had a really tough, rough, stressful day, and you're like, right, before I go to bed, I have to do my nighttime routine. So you first start punching the bag, which is fantastic. And once you're done punching the bag, you go to your skincare routine, and then you go to bed. And that is perfect, and that is exactly what you need. So I'm glad we've got a fun little workout activity here. I think that makes a lot of sense, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's perfect. It's really tough trying to figure out lighting, because lights are so crucial in a maze challenge, because every single nook gets so dark so quickly. So I'm gonna try and fix all the lights at the very end, but like I don't know how else to make this look good, because I can't have like 100 different chandeliers everywhere. So I'm wondering, what if I just like remove some lights and just like make them really small and skinny? Would that make any sense? I have no idea, because at this point the saucers are really bothering me, but without them this house would look tremendous. But I also don't like all the dots everywhere. So this is our bedroom. So I've added like a nice little robe, and then we've got another laundry basket, which I think is pretty good. So now I want to add an office space kind of coming off of this section. And logically, because this is a maze, I kind of want to have an outdoor area as well. So we will have to add a back door. So what are we going to get for the office space? Let's generate. So it's going to be 3 by 2. Oh my God. No, guys. Why 3 by 2 all the bloody time? That is honestly so annoying, because this is the shape that I get to do. Oh my God. And that's gonna be, no, that's gonna be it. That's it, guys. This is what we're working with. What even is that? It looks like a little elephant. I am so glad that I put some other activities in the other rooms already, because I have no idea how I'm going to make this possible or make this feel normal. So the only thing I'm thinking is maybe if we put a door right here, and then we could do another door straight kind of out from this door. What if we do this big tall one? That might be a nice way to bring in a little bit of natural light in here. And I suppose logically this space isn't even too bad, because what I could do is just put 2 kind of like desks on either side and call it a day. because that should be functional. But what the heck? Like, what the heck is this? Genuinely, that is not what I expected out of this challenge. Today, I thought that maybe this would be a little easier. I don't know why I'm adding like that as an accent wall, but maybe that's what I need today. I have no idea. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna add a computer because we don't have one of those yet. So let's just do very, very simple. I want a pink chair also. I don't know. I just want a nice pop of color in this room so that it distracts whatever else is going on in this space. Oh, maybe this chair is actually quite nice. Let's use this one. And maybe let's do a nice pink laptop as well. Yeah, screw it. Let's do pink painting as well. Oh, this is cute. The little crystals. There just isn't enough paintings in this game. There's so many like stickers and decals that I just never ever use. I just want paintings. Oh my god, who's this cat? Ballerina Queen. Can I maybe add some books behind there as well? I can. Why don't I make them a little smaller and push them to the corner over here? And then also that way then I could just add like a little plant just for decoration, just to make this a little bit more visually appealing. So far, there's just no visual appeal of this build whatsoever. That's a nice little nook. I feel like I'd get very inspired here. I think it looks quite cute. I don't think I should put anything behind the chair because I just know she's gonna freak out. Maybe if I do this little pink oh, okay, no, maybe that's not gonna work. Maybe I could just do some curtains because we might want to get inspired and like close the curtains. So maybe I'll do one of these things where this almost like blocks away the light if we don't want the light to be there. And then I'm thinking, I guess I'm gonna put a window like this over on this side, and in this corner, I mean, logically we need another activity, so maybe I'll just do painting. Painting is something we haven't added here yet, so I'm always about that painting life, so maybe let's do that. I'll add another corner little curtain to make it more cozier feeling. Hopefully this is gonna be functional. It seems a little squishy, I'm not gonna lie. And my favorite thing is to add like this little rug here just for like the painting purpose. Make sure you're not painting the floor, you know, it could be a rental still that you're living in, so we don't want to like get a load of paint on the floor, especially if it's oil paint. Like, God bless you trying to remove that. And then maybe just behind it we could have like some paint brushes that are terribly clipping into curtains, but honestly, who really cares? Hopefully your sim will be able to walk right through this. And then like, what else? I'm not really sure if there's anything else I could add here, because I just have a vision of her not being able to walk through any portion of this room. So maybe let's not get too ahead of ourselves. This cute little pink mirror though, no one's gonna stop me from doing that. Or else maybe I should add it here. Maybe that would make more sense. Maybe let's add a painting over on this wall just to symbolize the fact that yes, we do painting in this room. We love painting. So this is one of our original pieces. It's called The Chicken in the Wind. I have no idea, guys, but I actually can do a nice chandelier here because I'm only doing one light. So we could do maybe something like this here. I think that would be quite cute. Let me just make sure that the easel is functional because that does look a little squishy. No, it's functional. Oh my god, that's brilliant. Okay, so your sim can do a little bit of painting, and then can she just sit down in this chair? Yes, she clips fully through the wall, but that's not my problem. Sims allows it, so I mean, she can still do it. Can you just like, okay, I was just gonna ask her to buy a vet clinic. You can buy the vet clinic I just built. No, I just want you to like do something on the laptop. Okay, so it is functional. So this space is nice and functional, and it does have the outside kind of, you know, there. Oh my god, who is that? Just walking through my lot. Anyways, so it does have a section to leave through to the outside of the house. This is what we've got going on though, so I'm not sure how to feel about that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here with the rooms because look at the shape of this. This is so weird, but it really gives me like apartment vibes. I think there's something kind of adorable about it. So let me just try and roof this thing. Maybe we could go for quite a simple roofing today. Something quite flat like this. And we could also just add another section right here. And then another section over here. And wait, now there is a way that I can connect this to look good, surely. Maybe I could do something like this where this kind of connects together. Wait a second. As I add this as a section like that, and we just have maybe like a little column here just for some funsies, for some fun effect. It feels like a weird little bungalow, or else it's giving apartment vibes for sure. You know, this house kind of reminds me of homes actually that we have in Ireland. So they're like tiny little bungalows. There will be a couple of them like lining the streets of, you know, like the kind of the outskirts of town. And like a lot of elderly people would live in those. They're not like retirement homes or anything, by no means. They're just like, I guess they've been owned for like a number of years by like the same person. So a lot of like elderly kind of still live in homes like this. And it kind of gives me really cozy, kind of cute vibes. I don't know what it is. I kind of like this house. Did this like little area over here that you can walk through into the back of the house. We might do a nice little garden over on this section, and we've got some bins here too. So it's not the worst. I might move it onto a smaller lot though. Okay, so this is what I've done with the outside of the house. I think it looks pretty adorable. We've got a nice big back garden with a lot of different activities too. But then I've realized as I was coming around the front of the house that when we come through, I mean, look at this mailbox also, it's so adorable. But when we come through to the hallway, I did actually realize I've got more sections, and then I remembered, because I feel like I've been recording for ages, that there's actually a sink here. So that's a little bit weird. So I'm thinking that maybe to make this a little bit more normal, because there's a sink right there, maybe I could also use like one of these cabinets, maybe in black, so it kind of merges in a little bit nicer. But I can maybe add some towels and stuff just to make this feel a little bit more normal than it is, because it doesn't feel very normal having a sink in the hallway. But maybe we could just have like this towel here, and maybe like a hair dryer. Maybe we just like to have our clutter around the place, and this is quite normal for us. But here maybe I'll also add a little bit of music so that we can listen to some radio while we wash our hands, of course. And as per usual, I think I will just do this little friendship bracelet thing, because you can just make friendship bracelets as a handiness activity. So I think that that will knock out quite a lot of different skills that your Sims can do. So I think that makes it a little bit more normal. I'd like to think just like a little bit, like a smidgene, a little bit more normal. But I still want like a little rug or something here. So ignore the fact that it is under everything. It just has a cute vibe. So it seems like, you know, like this is a part of the kitchen essentially. And we're okay with that. And then over here, we've got one more nook, and I'm thinking like, what isn't used yet? What haven't I done? I've got wellness. I've got obviously like the TV section. I've got some crafting. I've got a bookcase. We've even got bonsai treeing, which I think is really good. We obviously have like the functional kitchen. We've got somewhere to work out. We've got somewhere to paint. So we actually have got quite a lot of different activities. Oh, can I put like archery inside that little gap? That would be really weird. It would be kind of cool if I could do another workout machine. But also as you're coming in, that's probably not where you want to see someone lifting weights. Maybe this could just be like a nice little seating area. You know, when you're like putting on your shoes to leave, maybe you just need a little chair. Yes, maybe instead of overthinking what should go into the space, I am just going to make it pretty chill and add just like a little chair so that you can, you know, take out some stuff from here, put your shoes on and then go. I like all of these wall clutter items, such as this one, the everyday clutter kit. That probably makes a lot of sense. I could put like a phone here as well. Oh, this thing is cute. Like the little fishing thing. Where can I put this? In the bathroom? You're just like, oh, I'm actually going to put it here because it kind of fits. You're just like imagining about fishing while you're on the toilet. I think that's really funny. Oh, we could do like these bags here too. It's like the wall decorations like that will make it more realistic feeling. And also I suppose the Grange mudroom kit, we could use like this thing too. Let's maybe put that closer to the door. I could just like throw it here, and then we could just have one more full length mirror. I mean, there is a lot of full length mirrors in this house, but maybe let's just do one more in like a nice brown shade. There we go. So we've got like a nice bit of everything as you're coming through the house, and it's logical and it's realistic. You know, we've got some keys. Maybe we need like a nice little standing lamp here, and then we'll be done. There we go, guys. So that is your front way entryway, and now I think every single nook is complete. We've got windows where we want them to be, and I think I honestly got as many activities that I could in here. It would be really funny to do a challenge like that where I have to figure out how many Sims to build for. Like imagine a maze house for like 8 Sims, and like 3 different skills have to be used, like specific ones. So it could be like rocket science. Obviously we could do the rocket science outside or whatever, but I think it would be really funny to try that again with a little bit more of like a stricter set of rules. So let me know what you think of that idea. But the one last thing I'm going to do is do a little tour. Well guys, welcome on into Deceiving House part 374, where the outside of this house looks pretty normal, looks pretty cute, besides that mailbox. I mean, it's a lovely cute mailbox, but it doesn't seem very normal. But anyways, as you come through the front door, I mean, when you first come in, you mightn't think that there's anything necessarily wrong. You've got a chest of drawers here, you've got a little chair to put your shoes on. So then you're like, oh, would you mind if I use your bathroom? I'm presuming it's just to my left right here. So you're like, yeah, no worries at all. So then you come through and you're like, oh, that is a bathroom and a half. So you come through here, this is where you've got your toilet, this is where you imagine fishing. Maybe you fish in the toilet. I also did this really cute thing. I know it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't look that great either. But like, we don't have like a little basket for toilet paper. I'd love like a little wicker basket with like bits of toilet paper in it, like next to my toilet, because I like to have, you know, excess toilet paper in the bathroom. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for a lot here. Then this is where you come and wash your hands, of course. So this is what we've got here going on for us. Then you're like, oh, do you mind if I take a quick shower? And you're like, yeah, no worries. But first you got to go through here and take off your clothes clothes and wash them as you're going. Then you go over to this section and you look at yourself naked because you just took your clothes off over there. And then you go through into the wash area. So you either turn right and go and use the shower, or else you turn left and go and use the bath. So that is what we've got going on here for us. I mean, I like the idea of this glass door. I think definitely I will use that for future kind of small builds like this, because it can create a sense of a separate space just using like one glass wall feature. So I think that's pretty cute. Anyways, then you come through here and you're like, oh my God, what the heck was that? So you go through into the sitting room, and to find the sitting room, you got to go through a big maze. So over here is our wellness section, which I actually think is really cute. And the fact that this is functional makes me really happy. So I love this section. And you go through here and you can actually look through the glass area, which I find that quite nice, because imagine like doing a bit of yoga. You want to make sure that it's a space that you can breathe, you know, that your mind is open, that kind of way. Anyways, you can go over here and sit down and do a bit of bonsai treeing. And then over here, you've got a little maze, literally. And this is where you go into your little crafty area, which I really like this section. I think that's pretty cute. So that's very nice and cozy. And again, it is functional, which is wild, crazy. Just don't ask any questions. Anyways, and you go through this portion of the house and you finally make your way to the sitting room. And the fact also that there is a tiny little wall on the ground and the sim can still function, but then sometimes a plant in the shape of like the smallest square is in the way. It's just bizarre. The way the Sims works makes no sense, but I'd like to think that we made the best out of what we could. So yeah, this is your sitting room. So then you're like, what the heck is going on over here? And this is your bistro section. So this is where you get to sit down and talk to somebody, kind of, because they're kind of over there, but you'd still be able to see them, I think. Or else you can choose the lonely section, which is not even lonely. This is just the solitary section, the lonesome section. Anyways, this is where you dine, okay? But then to get back into the kitchen, you've got to take a massive hike. So make sure you take some food and some snacks and a backpack with you, because by the time you get over to the kitchen, it will be tomorrow. Anyways, you go through this portion, you look at yourself in the mirror, and then you come to this area. You're like, wait, there is a hairdryer, which actually makes no sense now that I think about it, because this is meant to be a part of the kitchen, but I've added a hairdryer here, but whatever. You've got your lovely little sink, and you know what? This makes sense. Okay, imagine this. You want to go cooking, but you just came out from outside and gardening, so you wash your hands at the sink before you enter the kitchen. This is why the kitchen stays nice and clean and tidy, and I love the idea of using mirrors in confined spaces because it makes this space look so much bigger than it is. Anyways, this is your functional kitchen as well, so this is what we've got here for us. Just don't mind that little step. As I told you, this is just so we can step on and, you know, put our pots and pans away up into the cupboards. That makes a lot of sense, so don't worry about it. Anyways, we've got a kitchen, we've got this little object that I found today, and I really like this. More activities over here, but then when you do a 360 and you go through this door, you enter into this space. I was gonna say you enter your beautiful bedroom. Nothing about this scene screams bedroom, but you can get your anger out after making your way through that long hike. Still not getting to your bed because the bed is still a little bit of miles away. So you can stop here and punch some bag if you want to. You can obviously take off your clothes here as well, but eventually you will make your way through this section after you do your skincare, of course, and then you'll find your bed, which is actually a really nice little nook. There's nothing wrong with this space. I love the blue with the light wood. I think it's quite pretty. But that is your bedroom, and the one last room of the house is your office space, which in hindsight I actually don't mind the layout. It is very functional. Of course, I mean, your sim can function in it, but like logically it makes sense, because if you want to be painting and if you don't want to think about anything else, a wall is kind of dividing you from the other activity, so you can really solely focus and connect with the thing that you're doing. So there's not much lighting here, but just forget about it. But if you really want to be painting and not thinking about like your work that you've got on the laptop over there, it's really nice to disconnect yourself. So I think that actually makes a lot of sense, and I'm really trying to sell it to you guys now, so hopefully you're buying it. But this is your beautiful little pink office space, and this is where you actually exit through the maze. So this is where you found your exit and you finally can breathe, and you're like, oh my god, that was the worst thing I've ever experienced. But then you've got a beautiful back garden area. This looks hilarious from the outside, and from the outside it looks fine. From the inside it looks crazy. I would love to make apartment version of this, so maybe I should try a maze but in an apartment. I know that makes no sense because technically you can't leave because you're in an apartment, but let me know if you'd like to maybe see an apartment version of this, because this for some reason is giving me like those small tiny confined apartments. Anyways guys, I am going to leave you right here with my maze build. As I said at the start of the video, I'm so happy seeing people do challenges that potentially I have made up. So I still want to see like James Turner or Deligracy or Little Simsy do challenges like this, because I think it's so funny watching people struggle. Okay, that sounds really bad, but it's a crazy, chaotic challenge that really does make you think outside the box. So I'd love to see like what Deligracy will come up with, you know? But anyways, guys, if you are new here, or maybe if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Use my creator code SandraPica at checkout if you're going to be purchasing any Sims games. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!